Hey everyone, and welcome to season 2 of Death in Cambodia, Life in America, a podcast where I sit down with my father, Robert Chow, a survivor of one of the biggest genocides in modern history, the Khmer Rouge. He escaped to America with $10 in his pocket and built a distributing company, one of the largest donut distributors in the US. How exactly did a poor, starving boy from Cambodia build an empire and achieve his American dream? I'm Dorothy, his daughter, and your host for today's episode. Let's dive in. Hello, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Death in Cambodia, Life in America. Last episode, we are stepping onto the plane, heading to America. So this is super exciting. Robert has talked about how his life is about to change forever, and he's leaving Cambodia behind. He is moving forward and he's excited. This country that he's going to will be his forever country, even though he doesn't know how to speak a word of English. He will figure it out. It's going to be okay.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. So it's here I am coming to America.
We're going to America, people.
Yep. So it was check-in, I think, because the agency, I believe it was a Red Cross, keep reminding us, don't lose this plastic bag because it's all your ID documents, it's all inside that bag.
Mm-hmm.
So we went in, check in, and get on the plane and just sit there. So they closed the door and then ready to take off. And I think, first thing the first time on the plane, I said, we don't know what to do with that seatbelt and all of that stuff. Even they tried to announce that we don't really got a clue. So I think,
Were you sitting next to any other refugee? Because I know you mentioned last time there were not that many refugees on this plane, only about 15 or 20?
Oh, probably less than 10, I
Oh,
believe.
wow.
Yes, in that
in this group of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not all Cambodian refugee.
Right.
I believe it's Vietnamese,
Yeah.
Laos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all mixed. The only Cambodian refugee is just me.
Oh.
Yes. So we cannot even communicate each other because we speak a different language. So it was a commercial airline. I believe it's United. And I sit next to, I believe it's Chinese or I'm not sure. I cannot remember.
Right.
I was trying to look around, try to follow whatever they do, And the first, I just remember so well, tried to put the seatbelts on, we just couldn't do it, it just, so I think finally flight attendant, to help because they know.
Right.
They all know this is not
your refugee.
He is a refugee.
Yeah.
Doesn't know much about, all of this luxury stuff.
Like a seatbelt.
Like a seatbelt, yeah. Yeah, so I think, the plane took off from Bangkok to Seattle.
Were you scared? This is the first time on a plane.
Oh, yeah. I was happy, scared, and mixed feeling. I was exciting and never stay still. My head is just like, turn left and right and all of that and try to look through the window.
Yeah.
And all of that. About an hour or two, I think, they serve, I believe, food, drink, all kinds of food, all kinds. It's talking about 40-some years ago.
Yeah.
Airline have really excellent service and good food.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned that last time too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
food in on the airplane a little bit because we don't, we always use hand. Okay, you to try to, and we got all kinds of food, and then and the cover
What did you
and
guys eat?
oh my god, I couldn't remember, but it's a good food. It's so delicious. So just I just watch my next guy, whatever he do, I just follow him. With just how use the fork, use the all that stuff there.
Because
Just
usually, I think for Cambodian food, you use your hands.
use your hand.
Yeah, you always use your hands.
Yeah. And so yeah, and didn't sleep on the plane all the way to Seattle. So yeah, when they announced that the plane is starting, descent to the runway, oh yeah, it's your two hands just like hold that arm. It's so tight and sweat, because you feel like you
About to crash or
crash
something.
Yeah, it was scaring.
How fun is it to listen to Robert describe what it's like to be on a plane for the first time? This is probably a very similar experience to what many of the refugees who had the privilege to have a sponsor had to experience being on the plane for the first time. I want to mention the word privilege because the camps at the refugees in Thailand were actually open until the very, very early 90s. So not everybody had a sponsor. Not everybody had the opportunity to just leave that quickly. And quite honestly, a lot of them just ended up living in the camps and carrying on with their lives, having kids, and staying in that border area until everything closed and they were able to go back into their own country. So everybody has their own experience. Everybody has their own stories to tell. But I do want to point out that yes, this is not everybody's experience.
Moment, and yeah, finally we touched the ground, safe, and
you're in America.
Yep, first time in I believe that date. It's July 26th.
How do you remember that?
Oh, I remember because I can tell when I left the camp in Nongchan,
Yeah,
I get a feeling my life is gonna get better from now on. Get in a luxury bus now, on a plane, and now I'm in America. So
luxury plane with luxury seatbelts
seatbelt
and a fork and a spoon
and all of that. Yeah, so you went to the bathroom, the airplane restroom, and it just, oh my God, this is what is this? Yeah. So so we got out the plane, and
you had no idea where you landed.
no idea. I'm just carry that bag. They said just carry that bag. Don't lose that bag. We don't have any luggage.
Right.
I just a bag and another paper bag, and that's it. Yeah. And
so everybody, you mentioned, okay, so you landed, and everybody, all the other refugees, probably less than 10 of you guys, had to be
we all separate, all different agency, because we all fly, because my sponsor is in Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Hoffman is in Portland, Oregon, the city called Gresham in Oregon.
Right.
So other refugee, I believe, go to a different city. We all separate.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know each other. Anyways, and yeah.
So by the time you landed, they already went separate ways.
Separate way.
And so you knew that you had to go have a transfer somewhere?
I think, I believe a Red Cross or some a group that gave us $10. I remember so clear. Handle us a $10 bill.
When you stepped off the plane.
Yeah, step off the plane, that agency give us $10. And they're telling us something that I didn't understand what they say. So maybe they say, oh, here's $10. Maybe you buy food or whatever at the airport or something. I'm not sure. But I kept that $10 up until I finished the college.
You
community.
did?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know how much it was, that $10 bill. So I kept that. And for about 3 or 4 hours, they at the airport, Seattle airport. And then they put me on another plane, fly to Portland, Oregon. So it's telling me the same thing. They have nobody that able to help or to translate.
No translators anymore.
No. It was July 26, 1979. So we jump on the plane. I believe it's probably 7 or 8 o'clock, and then fly to Portland, which
Portland,
is
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. It's only took about, I believe, an hour. I believe somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I landed in Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm just waiting. I cannot, before I left the camp, Lumpini, American camps in Bangkok, they explain to you exactly what your journey, who gonna waiting for you here and there, and all of that.
Right.
Say, don't just keep walking, looking for something. When you get off the plane, just walk out the plane and just wait there in the front of the gate.
And don't move.
Don't move. So somebody will come in and take you where to go. Make sure you carry that bag, that plastic bag. So they will see your plastic bag. They will know that who you are. So we got off the plane, and then I wait there. I got there probably around 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Portland, Oregon
at night. So Bill Hoffman, my sponsor, I think he mixed up the date, because you cannot, it's different.
Right.
I've been to, Asia, it's 15 or 16 hours different from the United States.
You're ahead. Ahead. Yeah.
So then I just waiting. And then, July in Portland, Oregon, for the people that live here, they don't feel cold at all. But for me, skinny and bone, and no jacket, no nothing, it's freezing for me. But I keep standing here waiting, and everybody by 10 o'clock, I'm waiting there, and then it's nobody show up. And then I just keep waiting, stand there. Now I'm sit down next to the trash can now. I mean, I cannot get away, and I'm just, and then by 12 midnight, it's everybody gone and no plane, and now the janitor is starting to clean up, and then they keep asking me. I mean, I have no idea. I just give them the bag. I mean, the bag. Just when they asking me, I just bag.
When somebody asks you anything, give them the bag. So the janitor asks you, you just give
janitor,
them.
And I have no idea. And then they should have a police or something at that time, and maybe come and to check this guy out. But this is before 9/11. There's nobody care much, because the security is so well, I guess, they don't want to bother you. And
so that must have been so hard, not knowing a word of English. How did you communicate with these people to get to where?
No.
What about? Weren't you hungry? Like, how did you buy? Did you buy snacks at the airport?
No.
Did you see?
No snack.
No idea.
I was hungry, very hungry. So up until 1 o'clock in the morning, then the janitor the janitor called the security guard and tell them, I said, how one guy is sitting there and just
Not a word of
none
English,
and
and he has a plastic bag.
has plastic bag and I said a paper bag and I think he's shaking, cold, freezing for me. So the security guard came in and I gave them the bag because they dress like a police. I think, I have no idea, but in my mind, these guys must be
Important.
a police. Yeah. No gun and all that, I was scared too. I said, oh, I never see, in Cambodian police, there's no gun. But this guy have gun and all that. I said, oh, man, just give them the bag. He took the bag and open it and look at it. And then they have phone number. My Bill Hoffman, my sponsor's phone number and all of that. So they call Bill Hoffman, my sponsor, at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then he said, oh, I thought it's tomorrow. Well, that's what later on that, So I waited until 3:30 in the morning. So Bill Hoffman drive from Grisham's to Portland airport. It's about an hour because he lived far away from Portland.
Right.
He lived in a farm. Yeah, finally he stopped by and then he hugged me. He say something, maybe sorry or whatever that I not no clue.
What were your thoughts when you when you first saw him?
It's a little bit scared because this is it's a white Caucasian guy, big, man. I said, what are you gonna do to me here now? I mean, God, and
there's not a whole.
They explained to me too. I mean, I'm not just like surprised.
Yeah.
They said your sponsors can be, look like this and that. So yeah, I was happy. At least somebody picked me up. So now I feel like I'm safe again. So I know it's safe here, but then he walked me out. He actually parked in the front of the in the front of the airport. So I remember he drove a Volvo. Yellow Volvo station wagon. Yeah.
Aren't Volvos like fancy back then?
I had no idea.
How did you?
But it's a car. It's nice, compared to Cambodian the Ateco,
the little cart thing.
Cart thing. So yeah, and he took me home. By the time we got to his house, he's living a mobile home. Not, what I mean, my mobile home, it's a 2-bedroom that's manufactured built home. You can sit on the slab and, and yeah, it's a small.
So on that drive to his place, that was probably your first time looking out the window and seeing whatever you saw
in America.
Didn't
much to see because it's still dark.
Oh, okay.
It's still dark.
So it's just in the
black. Morning.
It's just black.
Yeah, but I was cold. I'm still shaking. It's cold for me in Portland, Oregon, even in July.
Because you're so used to tropical weather in Cambodia where it's like
80, 90 degrees every day.
Yeah.
At night, probably around 80.
So
I think, in Oregon, even July, I believe is still around maybe 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 50, 60. So, yeah.
Did he say much to you, or was he trying to communicate with you at all?
Yeah, he did.
And did he look like he was excited to see you?
Then I'm not sure. Well, he probably feel a little bit guilty that he messed up the the date. Other than that, I didn't pay much attention. I just sit in a car. I'm just thinking about food. I haven't eat food for like 10, 10 hours, 15 hours. So I'm thinking about food. Oh my God. So I was only 15, 16 years old. And, and just got out from Cambodian. And I mean, it's, uh, so I think, he showed me around. Uh, and then his wife named Dorothy Hoffman.
That's
She's
my
a
name.
sweetheart. Yeah, yeah. They both very, very sweet, very nice. Yes, and um,
What
so
was their house like? So you said it was a farm. It was a farm, mobile home.
yeah, it's a 2 bedroom,
Right.
and it's not much room at all. I mean, his office is in the house too. He's a insurance agency.
Okay.
So he put me in one little room. So the next morning, uh, he cooked breakfast, bread, egg, it's just typical Americans, breakfast. And
You remember what it tasted like?
uh, it tastes good because I'm hungry.
It doesn't matter
It
if I
doesn't
was
matter
hungry.
what. But the sad part, he only gave me 2 pieces of bread. Okay, and then he tried to explain to me. He only gave me 2 pieces. I said, I want more. 2 pieces of bread, it's just not, it's
Enough.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to eat rice. You're not talking about bowls of rice. I eat 5 bowls of rice. Now, 2 pieces bread. I said,
Yeah.
what happened? So then he gave me milk, cheese, which is I'm not get used to it. I never had cheese, and cheese was, to me at that time, it was so sting. It was so bad. It was terrible.
Welcome to America. There's cheese everything.
Then he had scrambled egg. Scrambled egg, it was good. It's good.
You've had eggs before.
I had egg before. Yeah, that's why I said egg is very familiar to
That's
me.
fine.
So, and the cheese, I said, oh, I to respect, for us culture, it doesn't matter you like it or not, you still have to swallow.
This guy just got picked you up from the airport. You better eat his cheese.
Yeah.
Whatever he gives you.
So I think it's still hungry after breakfast, and it was later on. Then I found out the reason why he only gave me 2 pieces of bread because he watched the news when the Cambodian refugee across to Thailand, and then they feed them so much food, rice, especially rice and all of that. And we didn't have food. And then when we saw that, we just keep, keep eating. It's never enough. And then die because the
stomach explodes.
The stomach explode. And that was on the news international. So then he saw that news. That's why he only feed me 2 pieces of bread. I said, wow.
Well, then that's good. He was paying attention. He was looking out for you.
Well, I mean, sometimes, I think it was good. But during the day when he took a nap, it's outside is a lot of apple tree. I'm just I just grab that apple and eat. Yeah. Eat. And yeah.
That was your first day in America then?
That's the first day in America.